One of the big promises of the Donald Trump campaign was that he was going to solve the Russia and Ukraine war in 24 hours. A pretty big, ambitious claim. And then if that wasn't enough, he said that forget being president, he'll solve it when he becomes president-elect. But he is president-elect, and so far the war is still going on. It is because, much like Putin's claim of taking Kyiv in 3 days, geopolitics and war is not something you can just solve with the click of your fingers. And now, as we are roughly 10 days away from Donald Trump being inaugurated, his team are starting to back away from that pledge. They've said they want to solve the Ukraine war as fast as they can, but that it might not be possible. Who'd have known? One of the reasons they might be taking longer, they've said, is because they want to make sure it's done properly. For Trump, strength is everything, and he can't bear the idea of being tarred with another geopolitical disaster, much like Joe Biden's withdrawal of Afghanistan. And the reasons are quite simple. Trump was highly critical of Biden's withdrawal of Afghanistan. He said it was done too fast and with not enough planning. Therefore, if Trump does manage to solve the Ukraine and Russia war in such a short space of time, it's unlikely to have been done with calculation and time. No, yes, Trump may care about stopping the war, but he cares about his image and strength more than anything else. Trump has appointed a man called Keith Kellogg, who's an official responsible for solving the crisis. And in an interview with Fox News, Kellogg had some different numbers. He said, "I would like to set a goal on a personal and professional level. I would set it at 100 days to solve the crisis." 24 hours, 100 days. Pressed on why he was saying 100 days, Kellogg said to make sure that the solution is solid and it's sustainable and that this war ends so that we can stop the carnage. But Kellogg and Trump's plan of just giving Russia what it wants and telling Ukraine to back off is highly likely to result in something that stops the war forever. Many critics are saying that all it would do is give Russia time to rebuild. But if you think 100 days to solve the war is a long time, Donald Trump is actually saying even longer. According to the Financial Times, Trump is saying, forget 100 days, this could take 6 months. But there is good news. Ukraine sees it as some veiled kind of support for them from the US administration. Trump had originally spoken of not giving any weapons or any money to Ukraine. But if they want to negotiate for 6 months, then it means they'll have to keep Ukraine staying afloat in the meantime. And how would you do that? With money, perhaps. And the Biden administration have left some spare cash in the fund. So that means that Trump could just dip into the Biden fund, pay Ukraine, and then say, well, it's not coming out of my fund, it's coming out of the previous administration. That would keep his MAGA diehard fans happy, whom he has promised he would not give any more money to Ukraine. Still, it will be hard to get the MAGA fans to accept Trump's decision of funding the Ukraine war if he does decide to do so. Then again, they might be distracted by ambitions to take Canada and Greenland. So much for no more wars. For Trump to continue looking like he's dismissive of Ukraine and still sympathizes with Russia, he has still pushed out certain lines favourable to the Kremlin. Trump has said, for example, that Ukraine should never join NATO. He's also said that NATO's expansion on Russia's borders is unacceptable and that he sympathises with Russia on that topic. But for Trump, it is always about strength and image. If the negotiations go wrong and Russia is emboldened and strengthened, that could also strengthen Russia's friends, like Iran, who Trump is not a fan of. If countries like Iran become much stronger, that would make America weaker under Trump's presidency. That is a no-no. Trump may say that he cares little for Ukraine and wants to stop the war, even if it's against Ukraine's interests. But if it affects America's interests, that's something very, very different.